It's another day, my people. Today I'm going to put you guys through on how I mix vocals on Alpha Studio. Let's take a listen to what I have right here.
Me I no fit deny, yeah, yeah. Get your body banging, get your body banging. Make a ride on, yeah, keke. Go Miami, go. Watch your get there, watch your get there, watch your get there, watch your get there. Casamigo, baby, Casamigo, yeah, keke. Watch your get there, watch your get there. Girl, I swear I feel the vibe. Me nobody deep.
Alright, so if I have to mix a vocals, first thing I have to start is treating the vocals. And what do I mean by treating the vocals is trying to remove every bad frequency I really do not need in these vocals. So I am going to be taking off frequency I don't like. So one, I'm going to be using the NS1 to remove and tuning it to about 7.4. That's what I did. I didn't do much in that process. So I'm using an auto tune. I believe everybody knows about auto tune, so I'm not going to be deliberating or putting much focus on this. So that is one thing down there. So another thing I have to do here, this is where I do some kind of little magic, I'm using this to cut off those bad frequency I really don't like.
Me I no fit deny, yeah, yeah. Get your body banging, get your body banging. Make a ride on, yeah, keke. Go Miami, go. Watch your get there.
So I'm removing this bad frequency I really don't like. So I'm going to just trimming it off. So I'm still going to be using my compressor. In recent time I become so much focusing when it comes to my compressing, and then I like the process of this compressor, and I'm using this compressor to just, as you can see, my threshold was about minus 24, and then my gain, I have to gain a little bit, about 5.0, and then my ratio was about 3.4. my attack was all the way not faster, 1.4, and then my release was all the way to 1.6. That was what I did with my compressor in that aspect. So when it comes to other thing I use, I love to use this Virtual Mix track. It's very sweet.
Me I no fit deny, yeah, yeah. Get your body banging, get your body banging. Make a ride on.
So I'm using that, and I'm going to be using this this classic tube. I like to just use it and then emulate any kind of microphone I want. I'm just speaking from any kind of microphone I want and just select from it the intensity. Sometimes I touch it, sometimes I don't touch it. I think in this I touched the intensity. It was very sweet. So I also use what is it called, FG blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is FGX. I use it also to just do some little tuning, and then what did I even do here? I just do I even use this? Okay, I think I see it. I just used the high frequency. I just tuned the high frequency about 1 point something. That's all I did. I didn't do much. Depends on the vocalist you are mixing, though. Just some little kind of stuff, So I'm using this LS CLS 2A, and man, this is classic. I love the way it sounds.
Me I no fit deny, yeah, yeah. Get your body banging, get your body banging. Make a ride on, yeah, keke. Go Miami.
So what do I say I have to do about this? And just about tuning my gain was about 3.35.6, and then my peak reduction was about 55.88. That's what I did about that. I'm gonna talk about my C6. This is fantastic. I love to use this C6. One of the secrets when it comes to mixing, so many people don't know. I know you know. Alright, so I'm using this to, I'm gonna bypass this, I'm gonna bypass the high end also, and then I'm gonna be treating some little stuff around there. Let's take it.
Get your body banging, get your body banging. Make a ride on, yeah, keke.
So my major focus was around the high frequency, and just that's what I'm trying to just treat. I'm going to be having a class concerning this in full, which is going to be very good. I'm just going to give you the clue of how I approach my mixing of my vocals. So if I'm too fast, I have some cool videos on YouTube that you can watch concerning this process also. So I'm going to talk about my PTech. Mostly I don't use this, but in this I use this. So you can see some of stuff I did here. You can also copy my setting to see how it works best for you. Good. You are not seeing the differences because I didn't actually mute any of those plugins. It was just on all throughout. So I'm using this decapitator. Normally I don't do this. This is a saturation plugin. But for these vocals it works, so I go for it. And then when it comes to the drive, I tune my drive to about 1.0. Well, that was fantastic. So that was all I did, and it sounded good.
Me I no fit